Hi, I'm Popy, student of UX and UI design from RMIT Online. And in this occasion, I will share you my work for the final project. And I picked Stonington Library website for my UX case study. And I will lead you through the research and redesign process of this project. And for the introduction, Stonington Library provide library and information services for the Stonington residents. And this UX case study will focus specifically on two things. The first one is the library homepage, and the second is the book reservation pages. I did all of the design process from the user research interaction, visual design, prototyping, and testing. And the method and tools that I use here is interview and observation, and also I use Figma. And why do I pick Stonington Library website as my main topic for this case study? It's because my experience that I encountered when using the website. And a few months ago, as a new member of the Turok Library, which is part of the Stonington Library website, I gave it a try to reserve a book from the website. However, I found myself confused with the process, and then I wasn't really satisfied with when completing the task. And of course, to know whether my hunch is true or not, it needs to be tested and go through the research process. So there are two main things that I want to highlight from the library website that become also my hypothesis. The first one is the homepage design that is ineffective, so that it leads to confusion. There is redundancy of some icons, and the categorization in the homepage is messy, so it delays user to get acquainted with the service detail. And the second one is user unable to smoothly complete their task to reserve books, and they don't get any confirmation whether the task is completed successfully or not. I went through the two types of research. The first one is the secondary research with the existing data, but since I don't have any direct access to Google data analytics of the websites, such as the bounce rate and then the engagement, average session duration, etc. So instead, I use the secondary data of Stonington community profile that hopefully might be useful to predicting the user's behavior and need. So from this number, we can see the distribution of age, the access of internet, the qualification, of also the proficiency in English, and the need for assistance, for example. So we can think more about the people that we want to design for, whether it's inclusive for them or not. And for the primary research, I interviewed and observed 3 participants involved in this research. And the main goal is to glean details of their impression and effectiveness of the homepage and the book reservation page. And the important information that I want to cover are users' overall experience, their pain points in every stage, their frustration and other emotion, and their suggestion to accommodate their needs. So when conducting this process, I had them going through the website and reserving the book from the website. And after that, I asked them a few questions in regards to the topics that I talked before. After gathering information from the process, I take notes and categorize them and put them in the affinity map. From there, I extract the insights, also the pain points, and the recommendations. And the main recommendations that I extracted are to help user understand when completing every task by, of course, providing them with confirmation or notification so they have closure, and restructure the categorization and icon placement in the homepage, and create the smoother flow by adding tooltips and providing help toolbox, and give extra information about how's the reservation process, and so that user can consider to take action. From there, I create persona to represent the user types and to understand their needs, experience, and behavior and goals. And after that, we move to the ideation process. And in this ideation phase, I use the Crazy 8 to picture the process of the user from wanting to find a book, going to the website, until accomplishing the task. And the prioritization technique that is most suitable for this process is the effort versus impact. And here are the things that I pick, considering the impact and the effort. And then I made the paper prototype for the homepage and the pages for reserving books. Having the paper prototype, I proceed with the user testing. And after testing with a handful of people, I discover a few things that can be improved from the prototype. And they are including direct information about book availability, and the placement of some buttons that are overlooked by user, and the help all option that should always be accessible. So these are the things that I carry with me when building the high fidelity or mid fidelity prototype. And the final design for this project can be seen here. But of course, this is not the final of the final, because it's always open for the iteration process. And so, yeah, after the whole process of empathizing, defining, ideating, prototyping, and testing, there are key takeaways from this project. That there are many things from the website that still can be improved for the next iteration process. And for example, the incorporation of another tool like Hotjar to map out the user behavior, and that can add valuable information, or using Google Analytics to glean relevant data such as the bounce rate, engagement, where the page that has most exits, and also in the testing phase, the more diverse users can be included, including the vulnerable group, so we can assure that the representation of the sample population is reached. In last words, as a learning lesson for me, even the simplest change or adjustment needs a rigorous effort to make sure that it's the best for the user. And I learned as a designer to set aside my assumption and emotion and put user as the center of the design purpose. So thank you for sticking with me until the end of the presentation. Bye!